Been working on GHL related stuff since about 2021. Got moving into the industry, having worked in software. So doing software content, whether that be videos, email campaigns, started getting a lot of basically inquiries about high level related content. So people wanting to produce things. My partner and I decided at that time to really make that a focus. And so we produced the product. And so that was all video. And so he runs that. And in the background, we've been kind of talking about some additional services, ideas for content specifically related products. And then also, you know, basically management, what would that look like? And to be completely frank with you, really in the beginning, it was just more so like the idea, the vision, and not really trying to execute on it, more just like, hey, this is something we want to do. Buying out those domains, kind of having some ownership of that realm, if you will, and then sort of waiting for that time is right. Whenever we started seeing, or me personally started seeing these AI tools come out and sort of the capabilities, it really just opened up the potential for me to expand in a way that I'd always envisioned. And being that we've done such good work in the video space, just felt comfortable doing that at this point. So yeah, and that's where we're at right now with GHL Brands. So I'll share my screen with you. Go ahead.
Please do. Yeah, please do. I mean, just for clarification for the recording and going forward, you're talking about tools all are going to work within the high level platform, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you've been building towards and what you're going to share with us here.
Yeah, so we're building tools. We produce content for high-level agencies and their downstream of clients, also resellers who are looking to sell the system and productize what they've built through their high-level and their snapshots. So those are kind of like our main goals. And then producing services and sales enablement tools that really help move the needle. So kind of marrying that you know, human editor / I understand I'm a thought leader of my own business and AI tools and what they can do. So yeah.
Perfect.
And yeah, so sharing my screen now, you can see this is our homepage. We've kind of categorized things in two distinct categories, products versus services. Products are more so like the DIY / you know, if you're independent and you want to just kind of get in and get some additional bonuses from high level or maybe present something to your end clients. These are some of the options that we have. GHL Social, GHL Video, and GHL Sites are all three content services. So you can see those up here as well. And the idea there is we're producing content on your behalf as an agency. So if you really want just like a knockout website that showcases your high-level system and potentially the customizations that you've put within there, we can help you with that. And we can do that through video, social, and website development. So those are all content-related services. GHL Chat is actually this little widget you see down here. It's just a way of combining all of your current intake forms. So, you know, we have all of us, right? We all have so many options, AI agents, forms, calendars, you name it, we've got it. The idea is let's be able to combine those. And then additionally, let's be able to stack those in such a way that maybe in this case, like in this example, you can see I could talk to my agent, but I could also fill out a form. And so depending on your ICP and who it is you're selling to, you may find that they want more than one option. And maybe they actually prefer the convenience of being able to go in and directly find what they want from a widget like this versus having to go through your entire site or landing page. So yeah.
If I could just stop you there for 1 second.
Yep, go ahead.
So that widget, I know instantly what's going to pop into people's heads is, okay, so high level has a widget, high level has a chat.
Sure.
What's the benefit of your tool here?
Yeah, I agreed. So right now we're actually looking at the live chat. This is the multi-chat inside of high level embedded inside GHL Chat. The goal here is simple. Different clients have different ways that they want to approach you, and that intake method may be different from one to another. What we're trying to do with GHL Chat is kind of ideate what it would look like for someone to have access to all of those options in one easy, convenient place. So right here, right now, if I wanted to go in and have my conversational chat, all I would have to do is click over to live chat. And there we go. We're in business. If I want to speak to an AI, just go here, speak to an AI, fill out a form. If I want to book a call, I can book a call directly from there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Does high level on its own, and you can, you don't have to speak to their
No worries.
and support their system, but do they have the ability to put the AI chat? And I saw you had the spherical representation of that there at the top. Do they have the ability to put that in a chat widget like this in the corner? I saw.
Absolutely.
Okay, I saw that they had something like that for on a page somewhere, but wasn't sure where.
Yeah, majority of them exist on the page. As far as like, can you hold it in line at the bottom of your website in a container? That's exactly what we're doing. Whether or not it has as part of its script the ability of like utilizing it like a chat, I don't actually know that, because all my use cases have been using this tool. But yeah, so this is the way that we've also done this. If you're familiar enough with this, you'll notice this image is on top. This could be an image of you or maybe the agent that you're referencing. You have a little call sign. Everything here is customizable and implanted on top of the actual widget, and everything obviously works. You fill out the form, etc. So yeah, just kind of gives like a little bit of variety to the intake options that you're using on your landing pages or your website. So.
Nice.
So with our GHL Client Portal, I can actually jump into this in a second. What we're doing here is we're providing you, very similar to Go High Level's more recent version of a task manager, which kind of enters into the realm of project management. That's very much so what this system is. It is embedded inside of your high level. It's designed to do two things. One, produce a central location for you to manage the tasks across all of your accounts in one view. And secondly, it's supposed to be able to give you the templates that you may want for onboarding, auditing, and some additional things inside of your clients' accounts. So actually, I told myself I would try not to go back and forth too much here, but I will show you just an example of that. So let me open up my CRM here, and we'll just scroll down to
So that's going to be on the agency view side then.
Yeah, so this is actually going to be embedded into the sub account utilizing the custom menu link. So each each sub account will have their own portal directed to them. What I'm looking at right now is the view of an agency. So now I can see multiple portals. However, if I was logged into a sub account, I would only be able to see and access the information for that specific one. Gotcha. If I'm logged in as an agency, which is what I'm doing right now, I will actually be able to see all of the different accounts associated with my agency. Okay. The way that we're helping people kind of go further than just the system, if you will, and I'll go into this in just a second, is actually providing some additional services on top of these cool little apps and systems. So an example of the way the client portal works, let me minimize this. So it's inside of high level. It looks good. It's clean. But let's say that we want to go through an onboarding process. So let's just say we want to do some onboarding. This is a new client, perhaps. We have these templates pre-designed in here so that you don't really have to think too hard. They get updated regularly. And so let's go to CRM onboarding. And what this will allow us to do is, if we're already working with a team or we already have people in our system who are helping our clients, this just gives them a proof or like a centralized location to showcase what has actually occurred inside the system, what's been updated. And again, this is updated on our end. So every time you upload a new onboarding board, it will have the newest, most up-to-date configurations for that. And yeah, the way it works is, as you can imagine, being a client portal, your client theoretically could have access to this. And let's say we need email. What am I about to say? If you need access to their email or their email client, perhaps you're assigning them, I need access, and then you could just go ahead and assign that out over to your client, giving them a due date, giving them a place to go through and actually discuss and communicate about that access. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're talking about, is sort of a inside of high level embedded experience, managing your clients, having some cool systematic ways of showcasing what you do quickly, and then also being able to use your own team without having to instigate our team or someone from our side to actually do this for you. So
beautiful. All right, I'll try to keep the questions at bay as much as I can. I know we could do a deep dive later if we need to, but let's.
Yeah. Hey, if you've got a big question though, ask me. I definitely don't mind. I know I could pretty much go on with you for hours here, just going and like, oh, it does this, and like.
I get the impression. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you drive, and we'll follow your lead.
Sure. But if you do have any questions about any of those, let me know. In general, I think that the content services are pretty self-explanatory. Again, producing content for resellers and producing content for agencies and their downstream in a white label capacity. And so, yeah, if you're trying to showcase high level and you're not even sure what you're doing, come to us. We definitely can help you out. If you are, and the same thing for websites, same thing for videos. So now, if you're looking for someone to actually help instigate better high-level systems and build those out for you, help maintain your systems with your clients, maybe even expand on, if you're an influencer, your ability to like resell and manage an affiliate downstream. That's really what we're approaching the market looking to do and help. So what we're doing is we're both bringing in-house and partnering with some of the best talent in the high-level space to help provide some of these services. The way it works is each service can be accessed independently or a la carte, if you will. Those services can also be bundled into a program. So we have programs for agencies, SaaS resellers, and also influencers. Those programs are all divided into two concepts. Either A, you're trying to get yourself moving into high level, or B, you're trying to use high level and make more money and more margins from it. So in both scenarios, we can help you. The Accelerator is really just a combination of these services, meaning that we help you onboard yourself, onboard your clients. We help you with tasks and questions that come up. What we're really looking at is building out a system that looks at your current campaigns, your clients' information, their current campaigns, and then we'll help answer as a help desk with that context included. So that's pretty cool. And then again, so you got onboarding, helping you out. We will audit your accounts. We will actually go through and review what's working, what's not working, give you action items. Any money spent in our audits is always rebatable into any of our service products. So any money you spend there to have us look at your accounts can be pushed into the actual fulfillment of fixing it. Engineering is a little bit more of a service related to AI and integrations. So we're actually looking at a lot of people trying to move their systems into full AI-based sales engines where they are integrating both with Claude, Codex, whatever the case may be. And what we're trying to do is help provide that. So we're working at, just really like looking at building out some CLIs specific to high level MCP servers and understanding those and those use cases as a white label provider. So yeah. And that's pretty much it. Just to kind of go back to one last thing in our reseller program. So the way that we do the reseller program is if you are an agency and you need services or some additional things to help pad your current offer, that's really where you would find some benefits here. It's as cheap as $99 a month to get access to discounts and priority support. Otherwise, you're accessing this on an a la carte basis. So, yeah. But that's kind of the overview.
Sort of a Sam's Club model there, right? If you have the membership, you can access your discounts if you've got a volume of work that you need to provide to clients. So that's good. That's a good deal. What do you have prices on everything else?
Yeah, we do. So just about everything is priced out at the moment. Obviously, we're just now going through the launch phase. Our goal is to really be officially like up and going with all our full ad campaigns in a couple months. So we're really trying to do some offer testing and practicing our funnel and our own, kind of workarounds to how we want people to go in and find us and then end up where we want them. But yeah, we do. We have pricing on all of our systems. Everything is fair, designed to resell. We are looking at basically trying to work with only a small number of clients per each business. And then our accelerator program, a small number of clients in our accelerator program. And then each of the individual services, they're a little bit more looser in regards to who you can sign up. So we're strict about who enters the accelerator because we really want to see good results come out of those quickly and with the right people. It's important to me that we do. And yeah.
And the accelerator is focused on success as an agency, right? So are we talking about client acquisition and also fulfillment on the back end of everything that they're doing?
Both things, yeah. So with the accelerator, we are helping these three verticals. So whether you're an agency, you resell a software, or you're an affiliate trying to build out a down network. So what we'll do is the first thing we do is we go in, we basically review what you're currently doing, what your goals are. We help outline sort of some of the gaps between those and really formulate the game plans. We then go into a branding mode where we look at where your current brand assets are, what you're doing to produce those assets, and how you can do that at scale. And then once we've done that, typically somewhere within there, we've tested and we've gone through some offer evaluations, and then we start helping you with your offer management, and then on the back end fulfillment of the actual high level accounts and content. So
gotcha.
Yep.
All right, let's go back to tools for a second, if you would. So the tools themselves, this is completely do-it-yourself style tool set that you had when you were first presenting here.
Yeah, so our GHL Chat widget, the way it works is it's a DIY tool. You would basically be able to come in here and plug in your intake forms, your calendars, your checkouts, your quizzes, landing pages. Really, there's lots of options there. We've kind of formulated some ideas that kind of give you some use case examples. So like if you were trying to onboard someone, what I found, and actually the real reason that this idea even formulated in the first place was because inside of high level, you have the option to produce as many live chat embeds as you want. I'm over here thinking to myself, oh, this is great for landing pages and offers. And I can like really segment who's responding to where, and I know where they're coming from. But then I thought to myself, man, I'm really underutilizing like how I could be using them on my initial offer pages and how I'm actually going about communicating. So that's how this really came about.
So centralizing all communication points, calendars, chat, everything in one widget to put on your website or anywhere else.
Yep. Widget on your landing page, on your website, wherever may be the best suited for it. So
awesome. How long does, okay, so we got pricing down here at the bottom.
Yep. Super fair pricing. $100 a year for access for a single account, one person, one account, and then $199 a year for up to 3. It's all very reasonable pricing. Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at number of accounts. It's not like you get it once and use it on unlimited accounts or something like that.
May explore a model like that, but no, not right now.
Okay. Okay. And your Sam's Club model, do you get discounts on that there?
Yeah. So anyone who joins the reseller program gets an automatic 10% on all products sold outside of their individual, like what they may have bought at that prior to joining the reseller program. Right. So you have to be a part of the reseller program first. And then in addition to that, there will be monthly specials for things like services. So onboarding services, maybe 35, 40% off 1 month, where we're trying to fill up that pipeline. So you'll get access to those. Not right now, but in the future, my entire goal around building that reseller community and building out some of these agency models is that we will have a community network where we're kind of exploring what are the best use cases for AI, selling, managing your account managers, managing your internal teams. So we'll be really trying to explore that in the future. So
some questions that came up to mind when you were talking about the content creation, and it seemed like a lot of it was focused around, you know, selling the SaaS or selling high level in some fashion. Do you do content for the agency's clients as well?
We do. So we do social, website, and video content and editing, all for both you as a reseller or an agency and the clients that you serve. So, you know, just to kind of show you a quick little example of what that may look like. We actually have I won't show you right now. I will love to show you one day. I have too much client information in there right now, but one day I'll show you. We basically have a really awesome system that we use that showcases your high level account, gives us an idea of your tone. We go through, we're creating the content for you. We're publishing it directly inside of your high level account, giving you access, or notifying you when that's done for approval if required, or directly scheduling that if we've already gained your trust and you're ready for us to just, you know, be that scheduler. So yeah.
That's amazing. So if I had a client needed social media content right now, we were going to post, let's say every day, 3 platforms, something like that. What's the pricing on something like that look like? And is it like white label for me?
Yeah, it's all white label because it's done inside of your account. And so you basically just, we log in directly. No one ever knows we exist inside, and everything is published directly. Images, captions, etc. Pricing, just scrolling down a little bit here. So for our annual plan, up to 10 posts is $199, and just kind of give you an idea here. So 15 posts on our standard and our custom plan, so $449 a year, $299, 15 for our standard. The difference between these two is the level of edits and customizations you would be making and requiring of the actual images, etc. So we'll go through, we'll make content changes. Typically, we'll maybe include an extra post or something like that if we want there to be some flexibility. But yeah, we're just trying to be able to kind of go in at a cheap price that you can resell, do this at a super high quality level, and basically make it happen. So.
Awesome. And then what else is available for agencies? Let's say they have, they have a high level account set up already.
Yeah.
They might have some customers. Maybe they're looking to grow. Just to speak to that crowd right now, how quickly could they get the help that they need, get the system set up, get help with their clients, get help with their front end, because you always need help with that, right?
Yeah.
How long before things are really rolling? Are we looking at a menu that they can present inside for their clients to sort of self-service purchase? What does that all look like?
Yeah. So the process of going about how to resell some of the offers that we help them with actually would go, and this is all part of the Accelerator program. So part of that Accelerator involves us looking at their brand assets, one of those assets being their website and their landing pages. And that modification that we're looking at takes place right then. So if we know a client wants to resell social, the chances are that a blocked out program that we have for them, like a menu, if you will, that can be white labeled, may be good, but may not be good enough to showcase the customizations for, like, let's say home services or child daycare or apartments, et cetera, et cetera. So the whole thought process there was for accelerators, we would go in, we'll identify your offer, your ICP, and we'll modify the actual positioning of that service for that niche or whoever it is that you're serving. As for timelines, I would say you're looking at about 30 days on the Accelerator program from day one sign up to day launch, where you've actually got in about 1,000 qualified prospects that we're going through, and we've begun cold emailing and doing that outreach and filtering those leads into your system. With catch-alls, we take a little bit of a different approach with catch-all emails and actually doing a little bit more offer testing with those. So, yeah.
Well, this is awesome. Big system here, lots of options for tools and for services. Where can somebody go and find out about this? Is it through High Level? Do you have to get through there to reach out to you?
Nope, not at all. You just go to GHLBrands.com. Should probably have made this clear in the beginning. So we are not officially associated with High Level to any capacity. Our video program does produce some of the videos for High Level, which is great, and we love that. But yeah, this is a program that is designed specifically outside of High Level to help users make the most of it. And just the last thing, you talked about, like, how would someone reach out to us? What's the best way to kind of get moving? We have a couple of different ways. Obviously, just go to the website, fill out the form. We'll be in contact, and we can figure out exactly what meets your needs and requirements. Another option is if you are looking for someone to manage your systems, but you don't necessarily want to hire a team to do that because maybe you already have a team. One of the other options we have here is you can hire an account manager through us that uses that client portal I showed you to actually manage all of your accounts and give that feedback to the team that you already have installed and working inside your systems. So it adds a layer of transparency and also separates you from your fulfillment team. So there's some nice advantages there, as you can imagine.
Very nice.
Yeah. Chris, the last thing, and I know I've thrown the gauntlet on you. In fact, if you do a sales call with me, we have a rule about not talking about more than 2 products. So you have to get it out of me if I'm going to. I literally hold myself accountable to that rule. But on these calls, obviously, we get to go through the gauntlet of everything. The last thing I wanted to kind of bring up, and this is actually what got me and you to this conversation, was GHL admins and just kind of understanding what this is. So GHL admins is not necessarily a product or service that we are looking at as being solely tied to us. This is something we're really trying to do as much for the community as it is something to help bring awareness to high-level consultants and experts and professionals. The idea behind GHL admins is, simply put, we want there to be a alternative to Facebook groups for people who are looking for services to find work, and then for people who are looking for fulfillment contractors to actually apply, or put those jobs out there and not be overwhelmed and inundated with 100+ responses where you can't filter, you can't really understand what's what. So that's our solution to this. We are at the very, very beginning stages of this. It was only launched last month. Goals to fill this up and really turn this into an amazing resource for both users and agencies. So, yeah.
And service providers, if there's any of those watching that might want to be fulfillment side of this, how do they reach out, or is that appropriate for them? Yeah.
So for this, if you're a service provider or even an agency, you can actually just go directly into GHLadmins.com. You can get a profile, set that profile up. If you are currently looking to do this under one of the lifetime deals, those are available right now. Once we hit a certain number in mind, those lifetime deals will go away forever. And our goal is to basically maintain around 300 to 500 minimum inside the system at all times, and no more than around I would say 1,500. So that's kind of our goal, is to kind of keep it a nice, neat community of people who are really willing to be part of that. Yes, you can be a certified admin, but no, you do not have to be. If you are a certified admin, which is not something we touch, we don't do training, we're not doing, we're not focused on that. However, if you are currently certified, we do have a program where you can add your certification URL. It gets verified by our team, and then you get a big, nice blue check mark next to your profile showing that you are, in fact, a certified GHL admin through Go High Level. So
great. Well, this is that's amazing. Thanks for the whole gauntlet, for everything.
Yep.
I'm glad to have seen the full picture, from tools to services to the admin help that can be reached there. If not now, definitely in the near future. It looks like you're moving right along pretty quickly there. It's,
yeah, we are.
Even launching pretty recently. So yeah, thanks. We'll have your links available in the description of this video, wherever you're watching it.
Yeah, I'd say we'll just give you one link.
That's probably best. That's probably best. Anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, I think that's it. It was great talking with you. Thanks, Chris, for having me.
Awesome. Thanks again for coming on the show, and we look to have you back. Maybe we'll dive into some of these, and it looks like you're probably going to keep developing and new features and whatnot. So looking forward to watching this grow. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks so much, Chris.